Hi everyone. I don't think I've done a whole lot to the back end here since the last time I was on. I think things are probably pretty much the same as they were back here. I don't think I've added much. Got a guard there. Guard's fairly beefy. He should be fine. It's just got to protect you from the belt there, actually. So should be all right. I have my carburetor, actually, it's all shaved down and mounted where I want it, sealed. There's not a chance anything is going to leak there. I don't see any problems with that system at all. It should be great. I hope it is anyway, whatever. Let's see. £100, I don't think I have to worry about breaking that gauge. I don't have a temperature gauge and I don't know whether I'm going to run one or not. I'll show you what I've done here with my oil and whatnot. Oil cooler is certainly not stock. It's a cooler out of a 98 GMC Sierra with 6.5 diesel. That's the oil cooler out of it. So it's got lots of capacity, and I know they're not usually behind the rad like that, but you'll see. I'll show you in a minute here what's happening with my cooling fans and whatnot. My upper coolant tube. Had about 3 hours of rubbing into that puppy. Actually, truth be known, that is a piece of exhaust pipe that my chum bent up for me. He did a lovely job. All I did was took him a piece of copper rod, and he even got it the bend nice that goes up over top of the radiator. I was really happy with the way that turned out. Right out in the open, good spot. Everybody can burn their arm on it or something, I guess. I had to modify this, of course. It's pointing the wrong way when it's sitting crossways like this. I just cut it off, and we just aluminum welded it back on, different angle and whatnot. Coils, I mounted them up in behind here. I think they'll be alright. They're upside down. Being as they're stock, it shouldn't matter. It's not supposed to matter with them how they're mounted. I'm going to change them over sooner or later anyway, probably to short Ford coils. Newer models, they seem to have quite a whack to them. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Maybe it'll be adequate. It should be, actually. Rad's out of a Courier. I don't even know what year it was. God, 70 something, I guess. It's been sitting in my basement forever. So that's what I chose to use. It's only a 2-core, but yeah, it'll be okay. It's a hell of a lot bigger than what that little bike rad was that I used last year. As far as my cooling fans, The one on this side, you know, I can't remember for sure. I think this is one of the stock ones, or one of those 86 RX-7s. I think it is, I'm not sure. It might have been out of my Saab too, and I just don't know. Doesn't really matter. And this little dude over here, he spins like, I bet you 3 times as fast as that other one does. It moves a huge amount of air. The only difference with him is he's going to be blowing out the front here. And this other guy, he turns so that he's pushing air through. That's why I'm not really too concerned about my oil cooler. I think it's going to get a little bit of attention one way or the other. And why like that? Just because too big. I do have another one like this, but it don't fit, so they fit. Mounted. All I did, I just pulled a little bit of copper fin out between the tubes and ran a spring through. There's the end of one right there. There's 5 on each fan. And then there's just a clip on the other side. Suck them up nice. I guess the word of the day for those is gently but firmly. You know, it's not slammed against there, but it holds them nice. There's certainly not going to be any movement, so it should work. If it don't, I build a bracket, I guess. Different rad. I got another one of these too, actually. So that's what I've done with that. Coolers, cooling lines, I'm just having made up. There'll be hydraulic line and they'll be sliding onto those fittings. I still have the tubing and that, so I just trimmed everything back off of them. I'll be using the stock equipment. I had to trim the top of that mount out over there. If you can see that or not. Make it fit anyway. So that's what I've done with this piece. And my bottom line there also turned out quite well, I thought. It's really hard. It's a 5.5 inch radius on his bender, and it's really hard to get them exactly the way you want them. You have to take it back sometimes a little bit, but I like the way they turned out. He made them the way I wanted them. That's for sure. Did a nice job on them. Now, like I said, I probably got 3 hours on each pipe of polishing and grinding. It's just aluminized exhaust pipe. I started with gee, what did I use? 120, 220, went to 320, 500, 800, and I think 1500. I did just 1500 by hand. I didn't use a machine, and then buffed the hell out of it with a pig skin, or sheep skin, I mean, pig skin. Yeah, probably 3 hours a tube, and then 000 steel wool after. You got it nice and dry and cleaned up. Yeah, so she's almost ready to rock. A few more days. Get my ignition finished. Get my modules mounted somewhere, probably up on the handlebars here, or somewhere up top so they can get a little air, maybe just above the coils there. I can maybe move them down a bit. I don't want to get them in too much heat, but I don't think heat will be too extreme anyway. That might be a little heat. The more I look at that exhaust, the more I don't even want to look at it, but I think I'm going to take a radical 90-degree bend coming up out of there, and even maybe a little more than 90, and just blast them up and ahead a little bit. As long as it doesn't hit my legs, it don't matter. Once it's past you, it's let her go. Don't make any difference. Yeah, so I think that's probably, there won't be too many more of these Johnny 1320. This is what I've been up to. He's been following me a little bit, so this one's for you, man. It's coming together. It won't be long. I'm hoping a week and I'll be able to rip. I need fuel, and I don't know, fuel is getting to be a bitch. I'm running out of room. I also need a battery that's probably going to mount under my seat there. I don't know where else I can go anymore. Let's see what happens. Anyway, that's what I've been up to, man. So, it won't be long. The boys will be wishing I was back home working on it. I hope. They're waiting. They're looking forward to seeing it. Actually, there's a due this weekend on the 30th. A fundraiser for August when their big due happens. But it's going to be good here, like I say. But another week I should have her running, and that'll give me like a month and a half of trial and error here, playing with it. I see one thing, it's certainly not going to push very far. You don't push that bike with that overrunning clutch. Certainly no fear about needing a rear brake. That thing slows you down real quick. I can tell, just I tried to push it ahead here earlier on. I had it off the blocks mucking about. Pushes back easy, but it don't go ahead so easy. It has to be driven ahead, either that or the chain taken off, which probably ain't gonna happen. I guess I'll just have to get practiced up, man. We'll run her in the trailer, that's all. Okay, that's what I've been up to. I don't think there's anything different about it than what there was before.